Hi, welcome back to Catholic Today. I'm your host, Will Morich. We have a special guest, Father Brennan, over here. He's been talking along with us with the topic of if the church is so forward with equality, then why do women have lesser roles than men? So the Catholic Church states that all of humanity is equal, as if all of humanity was created in the image of likeness of God. No sex or race is above or superior to another. Having said that, Father Brennan, do you agree with that?
I would think I agree with that. I mean, it's not exactly whether you agree with it or not. We're kind of looking at the Bible and seeing what it says in there. And there's been multiple instances in the Bible where it's been stated that men should have a bigger role in the church and that women are more of a listening role. And I don't think it's for us to say whether we agree with it or not. It's just what the Bible says. And I'm dedicated to the church, and that's what I've done my whole life. And I follow the Bible, and that's what I'm going to go with.
Our second question is, do you believe that the roles of women in the church are lesser than men's roles? Now, see, in the Catholic Church and Orthodox Christian traditions, women are not permitted to be ordained as priests of the church. Priests are supposed to represent the likeness of Jesus, a male figure. The Catholic argument is therefore that women are not suitable to represent the male figure of Christ. Within Christianity, some texts in the New Testament have been cited to deny women the right to be priests and pastors for much of its history. One of these is found in Timothy 2:12. I permit no woman to teach or to have authority over a man. She is to keep silent. Father Brennan, would you consider this sexist or following the rules of the Bible?
I don't think anyone's saying a woman isn't suitable to become a priest or anything like that, but Jesus is the head of the church, and he was a male, and that's how it was back then. And obviously, there's no problem. I don't have a problem with women having bigger roles, but I think that's just kind of how the Bible's been, and that's what we kind of go by. And I think it's kind of repeating that. I think anybody can become a priest or deacon. It's just that it's kind of the view that, like, the image the church wants to portray.
Very well said. When the Pope says something, it is seen by millions and millions of people. When the Pope talks about the topic of women in the church, many people found it controversial. Francis has previously said that the door to women's ordination is closed, but people who are seeking female priesthood are hoping that the future Pope might overturn that decision, particularly because of the shortage of priests around the world. Francis referred to a 1994 document by Pope John Paul that closed the door on female priesthood. The Vatican says that the teaching is infallible part of Catholic tradition. Within the Catholic institution, the Pope reinforces what he views as biblical law, demanded by God. In a letter to women in June 1995, the Pope stated, "The presence of a certain diversity of roles is no way prejudicial to women, provided that this diversity is not the result of a ibarity in position, but is rather an expression of what is specific to being a male and female." The Pope is very high power. So, Father Brennan, what do you think that he meant when he said this and sent this letter out to the women?
I think the Pope was definitely trying to say that the Bible is the final word. You can't go back and change that. Just like the Pope was saying how it's pretty much a closed case now. So I think he's trying to say that the church doesn't want to be discriminatory to women. They don't want to do that, but kind of a closed case from now on.
We also have a special guest here today, Tatum Lewis, a non-Catholic believer. What is your opinion about what the Pope said to the women of the world?
I think really what he was just saying is that men and women have specific roles in life and in the church, and I think that he was just saying there's no real need for any women in any specific role in the church. I think he's trying to just say that men have it covered. So I think it's kind of BS that he says this and is saying that there's only like specific roles for each gender, when I think both genders can do equally the same thing in the church.
The last question I'll be asking today is, where is discrimination most prominent in the church around the world today? Father Brennan, what is your opinion about that?
Well, I think this question is very broad. I mean, it definitely does, it depends on what your definition of discrimination is, because there really is never going to be any going back. Everyone has a very different perception of this, and it's going to be hard to ever really find a solution where everyone can agree on this. So I think I think this is a problem you'll hear about for the years to come, but there really is no definite solution on what to do.
What a great final answer by Father Brennan. It was great to have you, Father Brennan, as a guest, and also Tatum Lewis as a special guest. Thank you so much. This is Catholic Today by Will Morich. It's great having you today.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thank you.